Hello there guys, this is Solid Shepard bringing you another video, and today we are talking about Bethesda and Xbox. So, as you guys may know, if you've been following games at all, Xbox bought Bethesda a little while back, but the deal hasn't really been official yet. I mean, Xbox is probably pretty confident it's going to go through. We're basically at this point just waiting for the ink to dry. But with all that being said, the biggest reason why people are just really holding their breath, waiting for it to become official, is because they're waiting for Xbox to actually come out and clarify and say whether or not all future games of theirs will be Xbox exclusive or will be available on other consoles, such as the PlayStation 5 and the Nintendo Switch and PC. Although it's probably going to be on PC regardless. But that's really what this video is about. Are there rumors of a possible reveal event coming for Star Citizen, other Elder Scrolls games, etc., after the quote-unquote ink dries? Well, it seems that we are approaching that time very quickly. There might be some kind of Xbox Bethesda event coming. And in this video, we're going to talk about that, but more importantly, the future of Bethesda big-time titles. Let's get into it. So first here we have a tweet from The Gaming Drop. And here they say, people are thirsty to know more about the $7.5 billion deal, hashtag Bethesda, hashtag Xbox. And here we have a little, right under it, a little graphic with the Xbox logo. And it says, Xbox reported to hold Bethesda-related event in March. Following Microsoft's announcement to acquire Zenimax Media and Bethesda Softworks, Xbox will reportedly be holding an event where they will talk about it extensively and explain what it means to everybody. GamesBeat's Jeff Grubb mentioned in GamesBeat Decides podcast that Xbox is said to be planning to hold an event of some sort related to Bethesda in the near future. Grubb described it to be one of the marquee events that Xbox has as it leads up to E3 2021. Once the deal closes, they will talk about it in a big way, he also added. That is expected to happen sometime in mid-March. And here's just a quick little video of him talking about it, courtesy of Mr. Matty Plays.
The Bethesda deal should close in the next week or two. Do you think Microsoft will have an announcement/event regarding Bethesda future within Xbox when the deal is official soon after? Yes. So I saw this in Discord when he asked that. So yeah, if you want to ask questions, you can ask us in the Discord or during the show. You can use the super chat feature. So if you're watching now and you have a question, that's the best way to do it. But I saw this in the Discord. I was like, glad someone asked that because it's gives me a chance to talk about it. I think they're going to have an event for this. My understanding is this is leading up to E3, what's going to be happening. I think this is one of the milestones for Microsoft before E3, where once the deal closes, they will talk about it in a big way. I don't know if it'll be a full direct style event, but they will make note of it and they will talk about it extensively and explain what it means to everybody and kind of talk about the immediate future for both companies becoming one in the future. So yeah, expect that to happen sometime in mid-March, I would expect. So
now we move over to this tweet from Xbox News. 6 months ago today, the Xbox Plus at Bethesda deal was announced, and there are a lot of rumors about the deal closing very soon, along with an announcement event taking place in March. So we made this in anticipation. Now that graphic really isn't that much important. It's just an example of a couple different spots on the Twitter sphere talking about this, as well as one with a source, that being Jeff Grubb. So now that brings us to the question, what does all this mean? What does it mean for exclusivity? I really don't think... Okay, here's the thing. I think the non-established titles, like Starfield and stuff, well, not even Starfield, any future Bethesda titles, I think the ones that aren't established, in my personal opinion, will probably be Xbox ecosystem exclusive. Now, the titles that are established, like Elder Scrolls, Fallout, I would be very surprised if they were exclusives. If they are exclusives, they'll probably just be timed exclusives. You have a large established fan base on the PlayStation console. I really just can't see them just leaving them out. Now, we have a quote here from one of the developers for the new Fable game coming. Speaking during an interview with Seb Soul Live, Gangler commented, "The studios were already in their development cycle, and this is a message that Microsoft communicates all the time. They are not going to suddenly stop the development of a PlayStation version, for example. If your game is cross-platform, they're not going to say, now it's an Xbox exclusive. They are in a long-term strategy and do not want to expressly take the game away from a community because they bought the studio." Now, this quote is important because it is from someone who is working for Xbox. They're working on the next Fable. So there's someone who is, you would think would be in the know-how, the inside, and how they all start planning on doing everything. So what I get from that's basically confirmed there, if this is true, is that games that were already in development for another console, Xbox isn't going to just, stop development for that or take it away. Star Citizen has been in development for a while, and you would have to imagine that there's probably a PlayStation version of Star Citizen. And he also mentioned communities, and there are already established communities for games like Doom, Wolfenstein, The Elder Scrolls, Fallout, etc., etc. So, in my personal opinion, they're going to sell the games on PlayStation. They might do a timed exclusive, but even if they do a timed exclusive, I can't see them just not selling it, not letting the community over on the PlayStation play it. And some people are like, oh, well, why would Xbox purchase these studios if they're not going to do that? If they're not going to make it, a console exclusive? Well, that's really easy. Xbox has been pushing the whole Gamepass ecosystem for a while now. So they're going to make it a part of Game Pass. The Bethesda games are going to be a selling point for Game Pass to get more people over to Game Pass. I mean, think about it. You can have PlayStation fanboys playing on PlayStation, but if you can convince them to get Game Pass, which is also a streaming service, you can dive into a market that wasn't originally there. So I really think that's the main thing. I think that's what Microsoft's main focus is on this generation, is pushing Game Pass. Not only that, but you have to remember, every copy of The Elder Scrolls or Fallout that is sold on the PlayStation now, moving forward, will be an Xbox Studios made game, because Microsoft owns them, Xbox owns them. So it's actually kind of funny. People who are like die-hard Sony people will in essence be having to play an Xbox game on their PlayStation. Blasphemy, I know. And just FYI, I'm not a fanboy. I had a PS4 last generation. I have a Series X now just because it's the only one I was able to get my hands on, and I had an Xbox 360 before that. I had the original Xbox and the PlayStation 2 and the GameCube. I have a Switch right now. But back to the topic at hand. Even with the game being on the PlayStation 5, Xbox will be making money on every single sale of that game. So Xbox still makes money whether it's an exclusive or not, because they own the studio. They're going to make money from each sale. In fact, Microsoft and Xbox as a whole, they actually make more money by allowing it to be on other consoles. So I really think these established franchises that already exist as a ecosystem, as a community for that game on PlayStation and like Nintendo and stuff, I really think those games are going to stay multi-platform. But Bethesda's new franchises and stuff will probably be Xbox exclusives moving forward. And because they've probably already been working on a PlayStation version of Star Citizen will probably also be multi-platform. I'm kind of 50-50 on that one, because it's not an established franchise, an established IP. But just going off of what Gangler said in this quote, I'm leaning towards it's probably going to be multi-platform as well. and they will all be on Game Pass to sell Game Pass, which is Xbox's main concern. But if these reports are true, and we'll be having an event in March with Xbox, focused on Xbox and Bethesda, I think we'll get a lot of these questions answered. But as of now, all we can do is speculate. But that's my opinions on it. I think any new franchises moving forward will be probably Xbox exclusive if I was a betting man. But I don't think the established ones that have fan bases on like the PlayStation, Nintendo, and all that, I don't think they're just going to be forsaking them and be like, oh, sorry. Those games will probably be available on their consoles. Microsoft will just rake in that extra cash from the sales over there. I know a lot of people say like, oh, well, you know, they're the competition. They're trying to put Sony out of business, so why wouldn't they make it exclusive? I don't think Microsoft is trying to run Sony out of business. I think Microsoft understands that the industry needs both of them to be strong. Microsoft is just trying to make as much money as possible. The way to do that is to sell as many of your games as possible to as many gamers as possible, which you ask me is only a good thing. Gamers should be allowed to play games. I would never gatekeep for a game. I think God of War should be available on all consoles. If it weren't for the limited nature of a controller, World of Warcraft. It'd be nice if we lived in a world where everyone could play it. But yeah, it looks like we're probably going to figure out all of that stuff come March. I don't know if they're going to do like a Nintendo Direct style thing or an actual like E3 style event. But it looks like if they do it, if these reports are true, it'll be very Bethesda centric. And we'll probably get an answer to a lot of these questions. Hopefully they'll actually announce and show off Star Citizen. Maybe learn some more about Elder Scrolls 6. But all that's not what this video is about. This video is about speculating on really how Bethesda is going to operate moving forward from here on out. But I want your guys' opinions. Go ahead and go down to the comment section below. Let me know what your opinions are and what you think. As always, this has been Solid Shepard, and until next time, I should go.